the light of my life, the hope of my fading years.
Please, not in Gramercy Park. Come upstairs.
Come on.
Oh, believe me, of all those endearing young charms that I gave on.
Hey, Aki, Debbie, isn't that your old man? Hey, Aki, I think Pop's plastered. Nah, he's just...
You, I've been looking for you.
Will you stop following me around?
Bring a scotch on the rocks. You don't do this to me. You don't break up my life. This marriage is too important to me.
Why don't you get lost?
That beautiful woman, those two wonderful kids. Haven't you got a shred of decency left in you?
Bring me another beer.
How can you sit there swilling beer when there's a marriage on the rocks?
Skip the beer, give me the check.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't walk away so easily this time.
Hey, Sam, call the cops. Stop hounding me. Leave my marriage alone. I'll handle my wife and my kids in my own way.
Chris!
Chris! Come on up! It's all fixed.
This car is special to me because I love movies. So I saw the car in the movies, and also it was driven by some of the people that I admire, Grace Kelly, Nina Simone, and of course I associate the car with Monaco every time I see it. So it's just one of the cars that I said, if I can put my hands around this car, I'll be the happiest woman. I just love the way it's got the aura around it. You know, it's adorable. It's got beautiful curves, beautiful lines, and you can't be fast. You know, it's very graceful, and this is what I love about this car. Of course, the color. I mean, the color is just stunning, and it's a unique car. I mean, if you see it, you just fall in love with this car. When I saw this car about 4 years ago, in fact, I was traveling with him.
I'm the guy who cleans the car and makes sure it's nice and safe.
And he saw the car, and it was like, am I really going to put my hands around this car? And then he said to me, you know what, if you put your mind to it, you can have anything that you want. And I was very clear that this is the car that I really would like to have. And the rest was history. The first drive, of course, is scary because the only thing you think about is there is no way I can smash this car. You know, it's a difficult car to drive. You know, I'm used to easy cars, you know, power steering wheel and lots of mirrors, etc. But here, you've got to be very attentive, and you've got to choose the back routes, of course. So it's very challenging to drive this car. And also, if you don't have time, you can't drive this car because it demands your patience. You must have the heart, because like he says, it can disappoint you. But you can't now say, oh, it means I can never drive this car. Many a time we've had to step aside, call a mechanic, and then we continue driving. And that's the fun of vintage cars. Most memorable trip with this car is when we decided to participate in the first SA Concours. The car was transported to Gauteng on a flatbed. Then from there we drove to Sun City. And of course it was a whole lot of us. There was a car in front, there was a car at the back, and I would drive, he would drive, and we kept asking ourselves, what on earth? Why did we join this?
This is so hard.
What if it came back with nothing? And then you said, oh, well, it's an experience. Because when you got there, it was a beautiful bus, beautiful cars, exciting. And of course, when you transport a car, you've got to take out fuel. Halfway there, the car went vroom, 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 vroom. And the rule was you must drive the car right to the spot, otherwise you can't participate. Wow.
And then we said, no man, these guys, when they took it off the trailer, they did not put enough fuel.
They just didn't refuel the car.
Oh.
And of course, won. And of course, you get many offers.
Oh, all the time.
I mean, the minute you get, drive this car, everybody wants to buy this car from you. So you can imagine, if you've got to name your price, we are always at the best advantage. But, there's no way I can sell this car. I mean, it's my dream car.
Hello and welcome to the end of the video. There is so much cool stuff to do here. Well, I mean, you can just click on stuff, but that's pretty cool, right?
Maybe 20 years ago, my wife and I were going to the cottage and saw this beautiful dilapidated 190 SL parked at the same marina we did. It was in horrible shape. The owner didn't care, but it was a beautiful car. And I immediately fell in love with it. My name is Roland Wilhelm. I'm driving a 1959 Mercedes 190 SL. 190 SL is a German-made car. They started this thing just after World War II, so 1955 was the first one they came out with. It does have an SL designation, which stands for leicht, among other things, but it's not very light. It's a heavy car. It's underpowered a little bit. So eventually Mercedes sold it as a sports touring car, not so much a sports car. So this car was born in Germany, was shipped to a dealer in Austria for pickup in '59. Had about 3 or 4 owners in Austria. And then it was shipped to Canada and had 1 or 2 owners over here. And I bought it in 2007, and then it went in for restoration that fall, and I got it back in the spring of 2009.
My name is Cindy Wilhelm and I'm driving a 1961 190 SL. Actually what happened is Roland got his 190 SL first, and then for my 25th, our 25th, not mine, he bought me this one. So it was an anniversary present.
So if you're wondering what it's like to drive one of these, it is a genuine pleasure. It's not a slow car. The first gear is so low you can get up to speed very quickly. It's simply a pleasure with the roof down just to cruise. You'll have people hanging out of the car windows waving to you. But in and of itself, it's a fabulous car to drive. So my routine in the morning is, unless it's really bad weather out or winter, I get in the car and I drive to the local coffee shop and pick up my morning coffee. That's my routine. This is no princess, I drive it all the time. My favorite places would be out in the country. Curvy roads obviously are the best, but every once in a while I'll hit the highway and go a little bit faster than I probably should.
Last summer I spent 8 weeks up in by Bancroft, and I put 5,000 kilometers on the car. I drove it every single day.
So if you're interested in buying one of these, you have to do your research. To do that, there's a fabulous club called the International 190SL Group, about anywhere between 600 and 700 members. It's very active, a great forum you can use whether you're a member or not. They're easy to maintain. I was not a mechanic. I've replaced clutches, transmissions, do my own brakes, so if I can do it, anybody can. What would be my favorite part on this car? The rear end's fantastic, but the inside, the dash with all the chrome and this beautiful big ivory looking steering wheel and so on, that is definitely my favorite. My plans are to drive it every day as I do now, except of course when there's salt in the road or winter. I would like to think I'll get buried in it. Other people won't allow that to happen.